Got a long way to go. Got a long way to go. I've got a long way to go. 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 escape. The hands of time keep moving faster, trying to keep your head above the water, sinking in, you know it's torture. One last breath to find the answer, wasting a life you'll never forgive, 'cause you can't die if you forget to live. Clock watching, late working, brain washing, when to begin, 'cause alarm bells are ringing, they're ringing out, and there is no escape. The hands of time keep moving faster, trying to keep your head above the water, sinking in, you know it's torture. One last breath to find the answer, wasting a life you'll never forgive, 'cause you can't die if you forget to live.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I am Francisco Cerundolo,
and you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Welcome, tennis fans. It's another Game to Love podcast Watchalong, and we have an absolutely cracking match on our hands. It's Stefanos Tsitsipas versus Alexander Zverev. It's the battle of the number 2 versus number 4 in this tournament. And of course, we can see there Stefanos Tsitsipas actually leading the head-to-head 6-3. That might be a surprise to some of you, but as someone who's covered a lot of these guys' matches, it's not a massive surprise. And on the clay, he's been so dominant. Of course, Tsitsipas winning the recent Monte Carlo match. But we know how talented and how good Alexander Zverev is. Of course, winning Monte Carlo last year as well. And he is a previous Madrid champion as well. So, look, I mean, for Alexander Zverev, he will be thinking, I've got a good chance here, to be fair. I don't know who it favors. It's starting so late. But what I can say is that it doesn't favor either of them in tomorrow's final against a pumped up and fired Carlos Alcaraz. I mean, the issue with Alcaraz as well is that he's just beaten Nadal and Djokovic. He's on a massive high. These guys, if they end up battling out in a 3-hour epic 3-setter, they could be playing up until 2 a.m. Local time. Then, of course, they're playing 6:30, I think it is. 6:30 UK, well, Madrid time. So local time. Is that a quick enough turnaround? Or is that a long enough break even for them? I'm not quite sure about that. We'll see. Anyway, we are about to start off. Alexander Zverev did make Stefanos Tsitsipas wait quite a while, about 10 minutes actually. He was just waiting in the tunnel. They are on court. They're about to do the toss, that weird virtual toss. Does anyone like that? Let me know. I'll go through some of the comments streaming in. Thanks, guys, as well for tuning in. If you haven't done so already and you are already on the stream, there's about 400 of you on here. Please remember to hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. It's a big thumbs up button. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost us anything, but it does help us grow the channel. So thank you in advance to those who have already liked the video, and to those who haven't, please do. It does help us out. Do appreciate it. Do subscribe if you're new as well. So we've got some predictions here. That's what I like. Poonam saying Zverev in 3. New member as well. Fantastic. Yeah, you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button if you are interested in joining the GTL community. Victor says Zverev is due to take this one. Ooh, I'm saying we should bet now. Interesting. Don't bet, but who knows? Let's have a look. Yeah, you can support the channel via PayPal as well. I can't find the game, so I'm watching it on Amazon Prime Video. They're just doing that weird virtual toss. That is such a weird thing to do, by the way. And the toss goes to Alexander Zverev. Ping! It's like, it reminds me of something in the arcade. The sound that it makes. Why don't they start, says Sensei. Well, don't worry. They are about to start here. They're warming up. So we'll be starting very, very soon. I gotta check says, is Carlos too strong in quotation marks? It's a good question. The type of form he's in is sublime. And I mean, anyone watching that earlier, I mean, what a stream that was as well. Well done to Liam. And also, of course, congrats to Ben and JG as well on Ons Jabeur. Well, JG will be really happy, I'm sure. And I am as well. I was rooting on Ons Jabeur, and what a win for her, winning her first WTA Masters title and the first Arab and African woman to do it. Incredible. So she is definitely, setting a trend, and it's great to see. So exciting in her tennis. But then we had that epic match, one of the matches of the season, the match of the season so far, or the year. Carlos Alcaraz versus Novak Djokovic, anyone? Pretty sure it's definitely up there. What a match that was. And of course, Carlos Alcaraz in the end winning that final set tiebreaker 7-5. Is he too strong? I think you'd have to say he goes into that final as a massive favorite, no matter how this match goes. Even if Stefanos Tsitsipas bagels Zverev, double bagels him, or Zverev double bagels Tsitsipas, yeah, you're like, okay, what a win. But Alcaraz will still go into that the favorite, and a big favorite, I would say, as well. Alcaraz will be number 1 by the Australian Open, says Victor. Who knows? It could happen. I mean, he's rising up the rankings. He's now, I think, the live rankings number 6, I want to say. So he's knocking on the door of the top 5, which is pretty scary. Lexi says, Fazana just dropped by to hit like. I'm pretty beat today. I hope Stefanos gets the win in straight sets. Thanks. No problem, Lexi. Thanks for tuning in and dropping that like. Do follow Lexi's example and make sure you hit that like button. Kupo says, I will never tire this song too good. I like it. I like it. What time does it start? Hopefully very soon. They're just warming up now. Liam as well, thanks for the like. Enjoy your sleep. This is a very interesting comment. Victor says, Djokovic will never win again. I think he will. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And Arturo says, Alcaraz is better than Nole. Well, he's better today, but has he won 20 slams? I think we should definitely be hyped for Alcaraz and unbelievable talent. But let's not just start putting down goats because of it. Like, he's just beating back-to-back goats, which is incredible in Nadal and Novak. And I mean, it's the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that anyone has beaten Djokovic and Nadal in the same tournament on a clay court. So in a clay court tournament. How impressive is that? How impressive. The match is starting now. Kathy says, I imagine if Steph loses, he and Zverev have a conference on how to beat Carlos. They've got to be nervous. He just beat Nadal and Djokovic in succession. Yeah, in quick succession as well. 2 consecutive days, of course, as well. Consecutive days, I mean, incredible from the young 19-year-old from Spain. Maybe they're going to think, oh, hold on. Okay, look, we're going to play. We're supposed to be the next gen. But this kid is coming through. I mean, he's not even our generation. He might even be 2 generations before us. Well, he's a generation before us. Hold on, he has to wait his turn. So, okay, yeah, good match. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, obviously I won or you lost. But let's sit down and devise a plan for how the winner, you, is going to play against Carlos Alcaraz so we can stop him from winning and he doesn't overtake us in the stakes. Maybe that would be quite funny if that happened. Lucy says, Vamos Stefanos. So Tsitsipas fan in the chat. We've got some, of course, Zverev fans as well. Should start very soon indeed. And Kathy says, anyone who wants to watch the match live, go to GTL Discord and choose voice chat. This is not the match. It's not indeed. Terry says, quality shot, he will overtake them very soon. Yeah, definitely could be the case, Terry. Mario says, let's see here. Who do you think will win? Says Tennis Pro here, by the way. I think Tsitsipas in 3 sets. I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be straight sets like it was at Monte Carlo. It was the final, and Zverev was very tired from the semi-final. I think it's going to be a pretty tight affair, to be fair. The only issue that he's going to have, Zverev, is that he's not been serving too well. He served 8 double faults in one of the sets against Felix FA, and that's a bit of a warning sign for me. But anyway, Tsitsipas to start us off here. Let's see how he gets on. Tennis Pro says, I'm going to go with Tsitsipas. So does Jordan as well. There we go. Right, Tsitsipas to start us off here. Goes out wide with a serve, then comes a serve volley, and Zverev shanks that long straight away. 15 love. And we can get the shank button out straight away. We have to. Come on. We can't just let these go by when they happen. Yeah, big shank there in the end. Big serve from Tsitsipas, trying to go down the tee, just dropped long. So it will be a second serve here. Zverev, normally a very good returner, needs to be on his A game because Tsitsipas has been serving extremely well this tournament. Good kick serve out wide on the second serve. Zverev on the back foot straight away. Good return, but then Tsitsipas has an opportunity to hit the drive volley, and it's an awkward one. He kind of just flaps at it in the end and goes wide to 15 all. Okay, so Carlos can beat him again. I'm up for that. King Just says, as long as Carlos doesn't win the final, I'm fine. Ooh, what's going on? King Just, you don't want Carlos to win? Why? Why is that? Oh, big serve down the tee from Stefanos Tsitsipas, but again, just dropping long. Looked pretty good to me. The second serve from Tsitsipas into the Zverev backhand. Zverev goes down the middle with the backhand. Good depth. Cross court goes Tsitsipas with the forehand, and then Zverev breaks down the forehand side going into the net. Trying to go down the line as well. It'll be interesting to see how Zverev plays because in the past in Monte Carlo, for example, he said, I'm not going to push my ground strokes back. And then after that, he had a period where he started doing it again. You're like, what? I'm intrigued to see how he plays in the ground stroke rallies. Good return cross court from Zverev, very good depth, but Tsitsipas on the front foot, huge into out forehand into the open space. Zverev way too tentative. It was a good return, but Tsitsipas's movement around the backhand was so good, went into in, and then Zverev just on the stretch there on the forehand, way too short, and Tsitsipas puts away that forehand with ease. I mean, he's got one of the best into out forehands on tour, Tsitsipas, one of the best movers around the backhand as well. You have to say the Greek. Good slice return from Zverev, then goes backhand cross, really good depth. Tsitsipas on the back foot. Zverev's absolutely hammering away with that backhand, then goes into in with the forehand. Oh, it's a fantastic pass from Stefanos Tsitsipas. He holds to 15. The approach not good enough from Zverev, went into the forehand, probably not the right option, and in the end, a comfortable hold. Yeah, very impressive. Kathy saying Zverev should win. Well, should lose every match he plays. Why is that? Why is that? Sorry, Terry. Mario says, if only Zverev if he is in good, I guess, physical space. Oh, sorry, psychological space, and it can make the difference. Maybe, yeah. Big step out wide from Zverev. Good return though from Tsitsipas down the line. Then into out goes the Greek player. Zverev going backhand cross, really trying to target the backhand. In the end, he does manage to access it. Good depth though, cross court from the German. Then tries to go up the line. A very ambitious backhand up the line. It has been a shot that's worked really well since the Olympic win, of course, where he won the gold. But this time going into the tram line, so love 15. A good start from Stefanos Tsitsipas on the return game, and just generally seems to be playing slightly better at the start here anyway. Big 7, Zverev out wide, slice return from Tsitsipas, short, good forehand cross from Zverev, and Tsitsipas on the stretch goes along with the forehand, so it is 15 all. And Zverev will be looking for some free points. Tsitsipas isn't. I think if we look at return ability, I think we have to say Zverev is the better returner of the two. And at the moment, in terms of serve form, Tsitsipas is serving better than Zverev, but Zverev has the weapon we know to win a lot of free points and serve just as well as Tsitsipas, if not better. Could serve out wide, and it's the forehand down the middle from Tsitsipas, slice, and it's a volley from Zverev. It's not a particularly good volley. There's a drop volley on the backhand side, slicing across it. Tsitsipas actually got there, but dinks the forehand into the net. So it is a 30-15. Or go Sasha, says Terry. Okay. We have the crystal ball. I like it. Vamos says, Stefanos says, Lucy, happy to buy you, but why? Yeah. I'm going Zverev, said Terry. No, that's fair enough. Big serve down the tee from Zverev. What an ace from the German. Much, much better from him. He needs a couple of those. He's got such a big serve. The first serve, anyway, is absolutely huge. Needs to hit spots, needs to find the rhythm. And if he does, it's going to be really intriguing. Really, really intriguing to see how this goes, because Tsitsipas is definitely the favorite for me. But Zverev, look, let's not count him out. Very good serve out wide from the German. Hits the angle on the juice side. That is absolutely sublime serving. 2 aces in a row, and he does level it up here, Zverev. That's a very good button. And we just started off here. Huge forehand from Tsitsipas. Cross court 4. Is it a winner? No, it's not. Zverev somehow claws it back. Then goes into out. Does Tsitsipas into the open court. Yeah, the clawback from Zverev just too short. And just on the back foot throughout. Tsitsipas just managing to out-hit Zverev from the back of the court. And that could be a pattern of play. Moving so well around the backhand. Zverev went pretty deep cross court with the backhand into the backhand corner of Tsitsipas. But he's just struggling to access that. It's really, really, really struggling. Oh, good serve from Tsitsipas down the tee. Then just shanks that forehand a little bit. Sits up for Zverev, and he absolutely crunches through the in-to-in forehand are beautiful from the German 15-all. iColor says, funny, but Davenport said she had a chat at the US Open with Hingis on how to stop an all-Williams final. It didn't work, though. I love it. Absolutely love it. Pame Stefanos says, Lucy. I like it. Milan says, also, Fazan, love the good work you've been putting in on these streams. Keep it up, my man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Means a lot. Thank you. King just says, I love the Zverev button, and he's predicted Zverev in 3. He says, if Zverev serves like this in return, well, he'll beat Alcaraz. Or big serve from Tsitsipas, and then serve volley. Has to, though, do it at the second time of asking. As Zverev gets that, tries to pass him down the line, and Tsitsipas reads it. Really good movement. So the forehand volley puts it away. Yeah, really good movement across the cutoff, the pass down the line from Tsitsipas. 30-15. This time trying to go down the tee, but goes into the net. Will be a second serve. Zverev needs to really punish Tsitsipas on the second serves, but it is an improved weapon from the Greek. Yeah, look at that good second serve out wide. I mean, he hits a really good kick serve out wide, does the Greek player. And it just kicks off, especially on the clay where it's so conducive to topspin, to kick off the surface. And it really does rear up, and it just pushes Zverev kind of wide on that ad side. And again, a missed return there. So 40-15, big serve, clipping the back of the service box. Zverev trying to go down the line with a forehand. It's not the right option. Tsitsipas does hold again, 2-1, and 3 very comfortable service games in a row. Both players really looking after their serve so far. It's good to see, though. That means hopefully it's going to be a pretty good semi-final here, because we want to be competitive, and I think both players at the moment playing on a pretty good level. May says, hi guys, just quickly dropping by. Thanks for joining me. Says, I got to do some work, so I don't work Mother's Day or MBD on Monday. What's MBD? My birthday? I don't know. Sam says, Loki wants Zverev to defend his points. Okay. May says, I don't think it matters who wins today because Carlos will win. He can't beat the big two and lose in the final. Maybe he can. Maybe mentally and physically. Who knows? Maybe. Look, he seems like an absolute machine, right? He's 19 years of age. So let's say physically he's going to be fine because he's going to have a longer rest than these two as well. And I think he played 2 matches, wasn't it, at Barcelona, semi-final and final on the same day. And he was absolutely fine. So let's just say physically he's fine. But mentally, the amount of, I guess, celebration, right, after beating Djokovic and Nadal back-to-back, and mentally in terms of the game plan, the tactics, kind of just the achievement might be very, very, very taxing on him potentially. I don't know. He doesn't seem like someone who it would tax him, but what do I know? I don't know what's going on inside his head. Sam says, Mahaba Fazan. Hi, Sam. How you doing? May says, May's birthday is in my birthday. Very good. Sam says, I agree, Fazan. Yeah, agreed. Whatever I said, you agree with, I'm right. Now 1-2, Zverev goes out wide with a serve. It's a loopy return from Tsitsipas down the line, but then goes cross-court with a forehand. Really big forehand from Zverev cross-court. Tsitsipas clips the baseline with a forehand down the line. It's a drop shot cross-court. Zverev gets there, and then it's a pass attempt from Tsitsipas. Goes into the tram lines, though, with the forehand. A really good point from both. Tsitsipas just seems to be so comfortable in the forehand. The power that Zverev is trying to exert from the back of the court doesn't really seem to be troubling Tsitsipas. Needs to, I think, kick it up a notch here, Zverev. May says it could be like when Novak lost to Stan. Exactly. Yeah. King says, we can't assume Alcaraz is going to win. Tsitsipas or Zverev will be a challenge, whether you're Nadal or Djokovic. In this case, Alcaraz. I agree. Big surge on tee from Zverev. Good return from Tsitsipas. He's returning really well. Great depth. But then the slice goes long from the Greek player. I have to say, I thought it was a massive, massive weakness in Tsitsipas's game. But I think on the clay, I think he has a bit more time, which is why I think it's almost papered over a little bit. The return, I guess, weakness. He tends to return pretty well and has been recently anyway. 30 love. Big serve from Zverev down the tee. Again, it's a decent return, but very loopy. And Zverev says, okay, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm not going to let it bounce. I'm going to come forward and I'm going to take it on the rise. I'm going to pluck it out of the air and hit the drive volley forehand. And he does and hits it really well. Tsitsipas does read it, but goes into the net with a forehand. 40 love, we could have the first game to love. That's what we like. Get that button out. We want to get it out, don't we? Of course we do. 40 love here. Big serve from Zverev goes into the net. So here we go. What's his second serve going to be like? Is he going to serve a double? Because he served quite a few in the previous match. Yep, there we go. Oh, I've read it. Oh, call me Nostradamus. 40-15. That's not a good sign, by the way. That's not a good sign if we want a competitive match. That's what I'm going to say. Sam says, surely if Steph wins, he can't lose to Carl again. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't seem like a good matchup, does it, for him? Huge serve out wide from Zverev on the due side, then goes down the line with a forehand. Tsitsipas tries to just offensively lob their smash opportunities. Zverev does smash. Tsitsipas somehow reads it. Oh, it clips the line, and we're into the rally. Oh my God, Tsitsipas goes cross-court with a forehand. Zverev will be thinking, how am I in neutral? Oh, what a backhand on the line. What a volley from Tsitsipas. It's another volley opportunity. Oh, he manages to win in the end, Zverev. But Tsitsipas was fighting right. He's right there in that point. How the hell did he manage to read the smash? He did that against, who did he play in the last match? Rublev. There are a couple of smashes where he managed to get them back, and I was like, he's clearly been working on that, or maybe he's always been good at that, but his anticipation is really good there. The first volley was really hard because Zverev absolutely creamed the backhand down the line. And then the second one, I mean, he's not getting to that. Zverev just crunching away at Tsitsipas on the net. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, just misses it. 2-2 here. King just says, I wish to see Karatsev win some titles again. Good second serve into the backhand of Zverev, goes deep down the middle. Oh, and it's a shanked forehand from Tsitsipas. Wide. I mean, that's gone well wide. Love 15. Rachel says, I think Alcaraz beat Stefanos, but not as sure with Zverev. Okay. So does anyone know how the ATP race Turin is looking? I think Nadal's top. Alcaraz can't be too far behind, I would imagine. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. And the backhand return from Zverev goes long. He's just got to make returns. And he's got to go pretty deep. He prides himself on his returning. And I think a lot of people have said, and he himself thinks he's like one of the best returners in the world. He's got to prove it here, I think. Tsitsipas has been serving well. Needs to be solid here on the return. Oh, it's a fantastic serve, though, from Tsitsipas. It's the slice serve out wide, the shorter one on the juice side. And they're going to challenge it, or they're going to have a look at it. Tsitsipas thought it was an ace. Zverev doesn't think it is. Chris says, what would Ole have to do in Rome to keep his number one ranking? Cam. Oh, I'm not Cam. I'm Fazan from Cortichon. But you know what? Thank you for calling me Cam Williams. He's a great, great YouTuber as well. Anyway, into it goes Tsitsipas, and down the line from Zverev with the backhand. And the second backhand goes long. Tsitsipas just way too big on the forehand. Clip the baseline. Zverev with the backhand up the line. He's not committing to it quite enough. The depth is there, but he's going a little bit too close to the middle of the court, if that makes sense, directionally. And Stefanos is so good at moving to that forehand side. Yeah, really good serve into the forehand of Zverev. And that forehand has not looked super solid this week and goes long with the return. King just says Zverev isn't taking a dump yet. At least Zverev isn't double faulting. I mean, he's hit one double fault, I think. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, and Zverev in the end can't make that return again. So it's really, really big serving from Tsitsipas. 3-2. We're still on serve. So I know the stats don't say a double fault, but he's definitely served one double fault, Zverev. Jamie says, hey, I wonder if Steph wants to really play Carlos again. The answer to that is yes, I think. I think if he had a choice, actually, I think Stefanos Tsitsipas would have preferred to have played Djokovic. But, of course, if it means that he's going to have to play him in the final, I think he'll play him, right? I think he'll be looking for revenge, to be perfectly honest with you. The only issue for him will be the whole crowd is going to be on Alcaraz's, in Alcaraz's corner. Guys, well, thanks very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, do remember to hit that like button. It's the big thumbs up button, not this one. Yeah, the big thumbs up button. Do remember to hit it and do subscribe if you're new as well. Let's try and get to 60 likes by the end of this service game, if you don't mind. I think that'd be great. Let's do it in increments. 100 likes is the kind of minimum we want. If we can get to 100 likes by the end of the set, that's the goal. Red Devil says, big up for Zan. Thanks, Red Devil, for tuning in. Big up you as well. Jamie says, my outlook on Alcaraz so far is that he's arrived at the Masters level. Next step, Grand Slam level versus Nadal, Djokovic, best of 5. That's a whole different level. Agreed. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Jamie. As usual, pretty spot on. May says, was that the only meeting, Carlos and Stefanos? No, they've met a couple of times. So obviously they met in the US Open last year. Alcaraz won in the tiebreaker, final set tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken. Was it? Yes, it was. And then, of course, in Barcelona, he absolutely blitzed him. Jamie says, Red Devil, you're a United fan. I tried to forget I support them. Oh, 4-0. Let's not talk about that. I'm not a Man United supporter, but I don't want to make people cry. Big sound from Zverev down the tee. And the return from Tsitsipas just loops over. Zverev says, okay, that's fine. I'm going to step in, crunch the backhand, cross court, easy as you like. 15 love. Zverev doing the job here. Big serve out wide. Good return from Tsitsipas on the backhand. Blocks that backhand down the line. That's a really good return because the serve isn't too bad. It's not right in the corner, but it is into the backhand. And I have to say, Tsitsipas did really well to maneuver that backhand down the line. And with good depth. Wasn't much on it, but the depth is what really made that a good return off a very good serve. Good serve out wide from Zverev, even. Smash opportunity, puts it away easily. And it's 30-15. Top 10 Guru says, who do you think will win this match? I've gone for Tsitsipas in 3, but I think it's going to be a really tight one, to be fair. Deborah, thank you so much for becoming a member. Amazing stuff. Yeah, if you want to become a member like Deborah, hit that join button. If you want to support the channel, there's a PayPal link. And also, of course, you can do it via Super Chat as well. Good serve out wide from Zverev. And the slice from Tsitsipas goes into the net. So 40-15. Both have been... We haven't had a single break point yet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we haven't. They've been really good on serve, both these guys. First serve points won 89% for Tsitsipas, 85% for Zverev. They backed it up really nicely, serving well, but backing up as well. Big serve from Zverev down the tee. Really, really big from the German. And Tsitsipas gets a racket on it, but isn't able to make the return. So 3-all, I have to say, it's been very tidy from both. King just says, do you think that Kekmanovic or Sinner can be as good as Alcaraz? I think Sinner's not too far off, is he? Nah, he's made a final of a Masters tournament. I don't think he's too far off, is he? No, I think he can be as good. Kekmanovic, I'm not sure about. Second serve out wide from Tsitsipas, then a huge forehand, clips the net cord and dribbles over a sorry from Tsitsipas over the court, over the net, even to Zverev. 15 love. Jamie says, could be worse. Could be a City supporter on Wednesday night. Jamie, you are definitely asking to get slated as a United fan. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. As a football fan, and I'm going to keep my tennis hat on. May says, I just left my house an hour ago to get some coffee. Okay, very good. Backhand cross court. I was going to say winner, but return from Zverev. He's really starting to ramp up the ground strokes. I'm liking this from Zverev. Goes cross court with the backhand. Tsitsipas shanks the backhand. Somehow manages to make it, though, weirdly. And then slices into the net. Didn't deserve to win that. He was on the back foot throughout. And the backhand shank somehow dropped in. He got very fortunate with that. Sam says, where are JG and Ben? I missed it earlier. They were on the Ons Jabeur stream. Liam did a really good job as well. From what I saw and watched, did the Djokovic Alcaraz match, and Ons Jabeur versus Pegula was JG and Ben together in a room together. The bromance very much alive. Big serve from Tsitsipas, and Zverev goes short with the return. Tsitsipas, though, makes a huge mistake. It's an easy put away. Tries to go into him with a forehand and goes wide. Sam says, I saw, some hotel room I saw. Yeah. I can't disclose the location. You'd have to ask them yourselves. And he says, Sinner doesn't have the mental strength of Carlos Alcaraz. Not sure about that. He's a big fighter. But yeah, he's very mentally strong. Yeah, really good from Tsitsipas. Goes down the tee from the ad side. The return from Zverev is very, very loopy. And Tsitsipas, I think, knows it's going to be a more defensive return. Comes forward, puts the volley away. We absolutely love to see a serve volley. Well, I absolutely love to see a serve volley. I don't know about you guys, but just great, especially on a clay court. What a great change-up. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Another serve volley. This time, though, the return is beautiful from Zverev. And he reads the serve so nicely, gets across to the forehand side, absolutely crunches the forehand, really over the net, down the line. Tsitsipas gets a racket on it, but can't get that over the net at all. I mean, he's got no chance. It's the first breakpoint opportunity, and it goes the way of Alexander Zverev. Can he get the break here in the middle of this first set? A crucial break you feel it would be as well. Second serve as well for him to do it with. It's going to have to be solid on the second serve. Second serve down the middle of the box. Tight one from Tsitsipas. Then goes into win, though. He's missed that, I'm pretty sure. Yes, he has. It's gone long. He gets the break. Alexander Zverev is the first one to strike here. This is going to turn into a very interesting match, I feel. Very good from Zverev. He nudges in front and he'll serve to consolidate the break and go 5-3 up here. Yeah, very, very good from Alexander Zverev. Stefanos Tsitsipas won't be, he won't be thinking, oh, what have I done? He'll more be thinking, okay, not a particularly good service game. Need to now pick myself up, though, mentally, and let's try and get the break straight away. Until I think Zverev consolidates, he won't be beating himself up yet anyway, Tsitsipas. James says, I hate Kekmanovich's racket. Yellow, yuck. I don't mind a yellow racket, I wouldn't choose it myself, but, that's what you like, I guess. Yeah, Dunlop one. Red Devil says Yannick is a mental monster most of the time. I agree. Saving so many match points to win matches. Playing his best under pressure. Jamie says same color as Berrettini's racket. Is it? Oh, is that the one that's the yellow with grey trim? Like there's a bit of grey in there as well. That's a weird one. Is that the one that David Fokina also has? Might be wrong. May says it's funny. JG, Ben don't care for the Greek or Zverev. Haven't seen them ever cover them. They definitely have. From what I know, May. I don't think it's that. I think they absolutely love Ons Jabeur. Well, JG does, especially anyway. So, yeah, and I'm pretty sure they've got some interesting things going on as well. May says I remember Sinner imploding against Nadal. That can happen to the best of us. Elena says finalist Tsitsipas versus Alcaraz. Could be. Kendra says I thought Harris would do better. I actually became a Harris and Karatsev fan after seeing both of them in that Dubai tournament. I hope to see them both do well at some point. Yeah, they've been a little bit of a flash and a pan, haven't they, for a season? Good serve from Zverev down the tee. Backhand goes into out from Tsitsipas. Good depth from both. And Tsitsipas just trying to hammer away. But in the end, Zverev is just on the front foot here. He's definitely got the momentum. You can feel it, not just in the ground strokes, but in his demeanor and his intent here. Backhand to backhand, and I'm pretty sure Tsitsipas has gone long there. He has. He looks at his racket to say, come on, man. What are you doing? You're not doing your job, tennis racket. Why have you not made that? I love it when tennis players look at that racket. I do the same thing when I play, and I'm just a casual, I'm just a club player, so it's hilarious. Yeah, Lloyd Harrison and Aslan Karatsev, I think, are prime examples of players who I think it just shows how hard it is to maintain a consistent level, a consistent kind of top 30 level over a number of seasons. I think, and that's why it makes it so incredible how well, like, not just the big three, but even these two. Oh, a big double fault from Zverev. Collapse on that second serve into the net. 15-all, that's not good. It's not good. Red Devil says Lloyd Harris is class on his day, but Aslan is just bad in my opinion. Anastasia says Steph ... Yeah, he's under pressure here, but Zverev might help him out with some double faults. So let first serve 50-0. He says I'm rooting Zverev because I don't see the Greek beating Carlos Alcaraz, so maybe Sasha can give it a go. Maybe. May says I feel like Stefanos gets beaten easily by Carlos. It's not a very good matchup so far. Big serve out wide from Zverev. And a good return from Tsitsipas down the line. We're into the rally backhand to backhand here. And Tsitsipas on the back foot for sure on that backhand side. Oh, Zverev makes the mistake. He goes in to win on the forehand. That was his point to win. He was pushing Tsitsipas. He just goes for too much on the forehand and he's shouting to his box saying, "What are you doing? You should have told me not to do that in training." I'm always interested to know what they're saying to their boxes. 15:30. He's obviously got his teal vest on. Zverev, almost Rafa Nadal-esque. Big serve down the tee, and Tsitsipas goes long with the forehand, and he's kind of looking around as if these two have absolutely hilarious expressions at times. A massive confused look on his face. Yeah, FAA is Felix. Yeah, indeed, he is. Big serve down the tee from Zverev, and then it's a volley. Tsitsipas somehow reads the volley though, and reads the overhead as well. How is he doing this? Clips top of the net cord. Zverev puts it away with the in forehand. I have to say that is really good defensive work from Tsitsipas. He read the volley and the overhead. How the hell is he doing this? Just so strange. And clip the net cord. You're almost thinking, oh, he's going to win this somehow. But Zverev with good composure, putting that in forehand away really impressively, 40-30. And it's game point to consolidate the break. Goes down the tee, forehand short. Zverev goes in to win. Tsitsipas gives him a smash opportunity. Zverev puts it away with ease. He does consolidate the break. Really impressive from the German. Much better. And he's one game away from the first set here. Very impressive from Alexander Zverev. And that's what we like to see. We want to see a competitive match here. And you almost feel like if we want to see a very competitive match, Zverev has to win the first set because on clay, Tsitsipas just edges them so... Well, he edges the head-to-head so dominantly on the clay courts in this matchup. Rodell says Felix will be the latest bloomer ever. Well, I don't know. He'll be okay. Big second serve from Tsitsipas out wide into the forehand as Zverev. He goes into the net. He's looking at the line, looking at the mark. I think he wants to challenge it. May says, I do too because of Uncle Tony, but I call a spade, and Felix lost a lot of drive winning a Masters. That's sad. Not sure. May says, wow, Sasha's up a break. He is indeed. Yeah, a lot of... I know quite a few big Felix fans. Well, that's a good kick serve from Tsitsipas out wide. Drags Zverev out. I mean, he's right in the corner, not just of the court, of the clay there, really, near that Rolex time little box there. And in the end, can only put the backhand wide. It's a slice return from Zverev. Tsitsipas comes forward for the volley and hits the drive volley on the backhand. That looked really good. That was class from Tsitsipas. 40-love, and he's got a chance for a game to love. I'm pretty sure we haven't had a single one this first set. Surely we're going to see one. And it would be a good way to get it done as well, Tsitsipas, because he'll force Zverev to serve for the set very soon after his previous service game. Good backhand return from Tsitsipas. What a good into-out forehand from Tsitsipas, though. Oh, and then he misses. Oh, what has he done there? Zverev hit a really good backhand return cross-court. Great depth. Tsitsipas then goes into-out with a forehand, and it sets up, for me, what should have been another into-out forehand. But then instead of going into-out, into-in on a short ball, he tries to just push it kind of back in court down the line and goes wide. Bizarre choice. 40-15. So no game to love again. Oh, big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Then goes cross court. And it's a slice from Zverev short. Tsitsipas goes into out with the forehand, then the volley, and puts it away with ease. So it is a hold, and we are into the business end here. Zverev will serve for the set here at 5-4. Radil says, I'm out of here, though can't take the toxic Felix disrespect. I want to enjoy the match. Cough, cough, mate. What is going on? May says, was FA injured after the Masters win if he took time off because he was tired playing much, but he didn't and lost a lot. So much so when I watched Tennis Channel, they mention it over and over. They love FA as I do. Well, I love him as well. Yeah, great player. He's just not very good. Let's be honest. I mean, he's not particularly good on clay, but then he did pretty well in this tournament. So that's a good sign. Obviously, making the quarters, being Sinner, big steps. Red Devil says, big up for Zan. See you soon on Quality Shot. Yeah, thanks very much, Red Devil. See you on the channel. I appreciate it. May says, FA is my favorite Canadian player, but I don't know what happened to him. I want him to do better. Tsitsipas will set one. Will win it. I don't know. He's going to have to do it the hard way. He's going to have to break Zverev here, because if he doesn't, the set's going to be done and dusted at 6-4 in favor of the German. Red Devil says he's 21. Give it a break. We've got a very heated discussion going on in the chat. Let's keep it nice and pleasant, guys. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. But yeah, thanks very much, guys, as well for tuning. We do really appreciate it. 69 likes. Okay, can we get to 80 likes by the end of this set? That is very, very doable, I think. So if you're new to the channel as well, make sure you subscribe. But if you're old and new and you haven't liked this stream or video, then please do. Hit the like button. It does help us out a great deal with the algorithm and, of course, with helping the channel grow. So do appreciate it. If you want to get involved even more, then you can become a member. There's the PayPal link to the live chat, and of course through super chat as well. Big serve from Zverev, goes cross court with a backhand, then puts away the overhead with ease. Alexander Zverev, good start from the German to try and serve out this set. 15-love. Rachel says Felix will do well at Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, he did well at Wimbledon last year, made the quarters, losing in the end to the eventual finalist Berrettini. I was actually at Wimbledon for that match. So I watched 2 quarterfinals. I watched Shapovalov versus Khachanov, what a match that was. And then I also watched Felix versus Berrettini. Great match as well. Tsitsipas goes into out with the forehand into the net. Had Zverev on the back foot. He went backhand cross. It's pretty short. Tsitsipas just didn't quite get around the backhand quick enough. Look at this. First serve percentage. Zverev at 91%. What? That is so good. Big serve down the tee from Zverev, and the backhand goes wide from Stefanos Tsitsipas. These serve stats aren't right. They've got Tsitsipas at 100%. He's at 69%. Bizarre. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Big serve out wide from Zverev, comes forward. It's a short ball to put away. He waits for it, lets it bounce, goes into out with the forehand approach, then goes smash, puts it away. He does take the first set here, 6-4. It's a really impressive set of tennis from the German. Clinical, very, very clinical from him. He'll be extremely happy with that. He takes the first set here in a matchup which hasn't been favorable. He's 6-3 down on the head-to-head, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't won a clay court match against Tsitsipas in the last few years. So this is a really, really good start from him. Tsitsipas won't be worried because of the head-to-head stats, and he'll know what he needs to do. Can he recover? Are we going to get a deciding set? We'll find out. 8 winners to 9 unforced errors for Tsitsipas. 9 winners to 6 unforced errors for Zverev. So very good there, of course. More winners to unforced errors is what all these players want at least. And that's exactly what Zverev had. So very impressive, and he'll be hoping to play a similar level of tennis, if not better, in that second set. Yeah, so the stats that I'm pretty sure are a little bit off. So it's 92% of first serves made. I'm going to get the stats on myself so I can relay it to you guys. I'm pretty sure earlier on as well, they said 97% first serves in for Alcaraz, 96% for Djokovic, and that definitely wasn't right. because I don't know. It's just it can't be right. It can't be right. Surely, maybe it was. Yeah, Google's saying the same thing. It's wrong. They haven't. What's going on with the stats right now? Today has been really weird. The Madrid Open stats are going haywire. Tsitsipas has definitely hit second serves, so 100% of first serves is wrong, and it's not even just like this site. It's Google. It's all the sites apart from I think the ATP one. Bizarre. Anyway, let's see if the ATP one as well is the same. That is bizarre. Yeah, so 62% of first serves in for Tsitsipas, 92% for Zverev, 87% of first serves won for Zverev, 76% for Tsitsipas. Anyway, here we go. Huge serve, and then into out from Tsitsipas. And the backhand from Zverev has gone long. The camera angle was very strange, so I could absolutely see nothing of the depth there. But in the end, Zverev going long. Yeah, 2 double faults for Zverev as well. Interesting. Here goes Tsitsipas at 15 love. Oh, God. Big second serve out wide. Then goes into out. Zverev on the stretch can only stretch and just kind of p-roll that ball into the net. So it is 30 love. Tsitsipas, good start on serve and in this second set straight away. Yeah, not sure what's going on in the stats. Yeah. Yeah, mate was like, okay. I was like, wow, Zverev is Superman. Yeah, those stats a little bit off. I'm not sure what's gone on there, to be fair. But it's not just this site, it's everywhere, apart from the official ATP site. Milan says Zverev playing at this level tomorrow could be Alcaraz. Oh, he's good. Yeah, could do. Tsitsipas goes out wide with the serve, and the forehand return from Zverev goes along. The big thing for me about Zverev, though, needs to be a bit better on the returns. Although I don't think is Alcaraz's serve as good as Tsitsipas is probably not, I would say. Although he served pretty well today against Djokovic. Big serve out wide, goes down the line. Zverev then goes cross court. Oh no, he goes drop shot in the end. Tsitsipas gets there though, and it is a lob. Oh, it's a hot dog. It's a hot dog attempt by Zverev, and it's our first game to love from Stefanos Tsitsipas. Very, very impressive from the Greek player. Gets it done, and gets it done very, very convincingly. So no one talks about Carlos's serve, just how he can return well. I listened to the second and third set commentary. Yeah, so I think his first serve, so his returning is definitely better overall, but his first serve is pretty big, and I think it's definitely a weapon when he manages to hit spots, and I think he definitely managed to do it in large parts today against Djokovic. His second serve is a decent kick serve, but I think needs a little bit of work. But yeah, it was good. A mistake from Tsitsipas as he goes forehand into the net. Zverev just hammering away at Tsitsipas. Their great depth. Started off well with a big 220 km per hour serve as well. And straight away in the lead on his serve. Obviously, 1 love down here. Big serve out wide from Zverev. A block return from Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas goes down the line and then slices cross court. Zverev goes backhand cross. And Tsitsipas trying to slice again cross court and goes into the net. So it is 30 love here to Alexander Zverev. Of course, he was serving second in the first set and managed to take the set, so he won't mind serving second here. A lot of players like serving first because you obviously end up becoming the front runner, well, as long as you hold your first service game right of the set. And then it puts pressure on the person serving second, because if they get broken, then straight away, say you're 3-4 down, or say you're 4-5 down, then the opponent's serving for the set straight away. Second serve from Zverev down the tee. Good return cross court from Tsitsipas. And Zverev hits that drive forehand into the net. 30-15. That's a bad unforced error. May says, like certain players, these ones, they always talk about their serve. I think it's just because these two players, the serve stats are pretty impressive, and also they have very big serves in comparison, I think. And not just that, but they hit quite a lot of aces. Alcaraz doesn't tend to hit a lot of aces. Well, in the past anyway, historically, but it's definitely an improvement for sure. Like Zverev's serve is absolutely massive. Like, I mean, he's one of the biggest on tour. The first serve anyway. Second serve down the middle of the box, very tight from the German, and he makes the mistake. It was a very, very conservative second serve. Zverev goes huge. Well, sorry, Tsitsipas even goes huge with the into-out forehand return. And Zverev goes into the net with a backhand cross. So it is 30 all. And under pressure straight away. Average second serve speed, look at that, 159 for Tsitsipas. So that's at the 100 mile per hour mark. Zverev 133 kilometers per hour. That is around 80 miles per hour, 85. Oh, it's a good serve down the tee from Zverev. Comes forward, puts away the smash very, very expertly in the end, 40-30. So that's a massive area of Zverev's game that needs to improve. Is a second serve. And look at average first serve speed. So look at a massive difference. Look at that. 211 kilometers per hour for Zverev, 196 for Tsitsipas. So there's a massive, massive difference there. So from 211 to 133 on second serve. Massive. A very big serve out wide from Zverev. And Tsitsipas goes long with the backhand cross. Oh dear. That means it is a hold. 1-1 here. Much, much better as well from Zverev on that first serve today. I mean, generally it's normally really good anyway, but I think recently in the tournament, I haven't been that impressed with this serve, so good to see it firing. Come on, Zverev says King Adjust. Yeah, come on. Well, if you're a neutral tennis fan, you want Tsitsipas to win this set. Good serve out wide from Tsitsipas, then goes down the line with a forehand. Really impressive from the Greek player. That's what you want to see. You want to see him drag Zverev out wide. He's been doing that really effectively throughout the whole match, and then goes down the line really impressively. No, I don't think tennis interest will die down after the big two retire. I think we've got people like Alcaraz coming through and others like these two. I think it'll be okay, tennis. I think it'll be okay. Second serve here for Zverev to have a look at. Because it's the backhand. Zverev crunches that backhand return. Great depth. Then goes forehand very short. Oh, Tsitsipas gets up on the court. Drives the forehand into the net. Oh, dear. That's not very good from Tsitsipas. He'll be very disappointed with that. Should have done a lot better. And he should be at 30 love. Instead, he's at 15 all. All right, 15 all here. Tsitsipas will be hoping for some first serves, that's for sure. Doesn't find it this time, so it will be a second serve here. Second serve goes down the tee, and Zverev goes down the middle with the backhand, then goes forehand into the net. So it is 30-15 to Stefanos Tsitsipas. Zverev with a couple of loose shots there. That forehand very, very loose. Victor says we need more Sakari in women's tennis to get interest. She's a great player, isn't she? Very good. I mean, very energetic. Great to see. I mean, her against Jabeur is like two Energizer bunnies running around. Backhand cross from Zverev, then again goes backhand cross into out, goes Tsitsipas then into win, and steps in and goes cross court with a forehand slice, defensive slice from Zverev down the line. That's such a weird shot to hit and goes long. Yeah, I think Sakari needs to be more consistent, but she's so impressive. Like in terms of her, I don't know, in terms of her energy, it's incredible to see. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas goes long though. May says Naomi generates it too, as does Emma. My question is, Emma is pretty, but why Naomi not to knock on her, but what? I think she, to be very polite, I think she's not bad looking either. This says Zverev will take this as predicted. Okay, we'll see. May says the Igors and Bartys unfortunately don't. Don't what? I think Iga Swiatek definitely does. If you have a look at some of the numbers, or not just this channel but others, She's got a huge fan base. And it's not just Polish either. She is a massive pull. I'll tell you that. She will be a superstar if she continues at the trajectory she's going at. I think she definitely will be. I won't be surprised by that whatsoever. Right. And Bumba says, you guys noticing that Red Bull? Okay. Is taking over tennis. First Apelka, now Tsitsipas 2. Yeah, he's been sponsored by Red Bull for a little bit of time, actually. But yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? King just says, Amano, you can't predict the future. Chill out. Fair enough. I left there is something in Greek. Obviously, I'm assuming that means come on, Tsitsipas. I'm going to assume. May says, generate as much popularity. She won't be getting number one grossing women's athlete. About Swiatek, I think also it depends on how much your team pushes you for endorsements, etc. as well, and how open you are to kind of being in front of the camera all the time. So, whereas someone like like a Osaka, she doesn't mind it. She likes being in front of it. I think in terms of having the brand deals. Serena, for example, like she's been very, very comfortable doing it. A good match isn't a waste of time, says King Adjust. Agreed. Red Bull is pushing the moolah, the money. Indeed, they are. 1-2 down here. Zverev serving to keep it at level pegging here. Tsitsipas looks dialed in. Zverev goes big with the serve down the tee, but it is long. Second serve here. Let's see how quick this is as well, and if he doesn't double fault as well. It is another thing to look at. Second serve. Oh, it looks very tight. Let's see. What was it? It was... Oh, it's a long return from Tsitsipas. And he says, oh, didn't hear the call. It doesn't matter. It was long. Let's have a look. Come on. I want to have a look at the kilometers per hour. What's going on? Okay. I'm not going to show you. 15 love. Big serve out wide from Zverev. Clips top of the... Oh, I thought he clipped the back of the service box, but clearly not. So another second serve here for Tsitsipas to have a look at. Surely he has to cash in here on the second serve return. Hey? What's Zverev doing? He's like, oh, there's a bit of a dodgy bit of clay there, apparently, where his footing is. So he just moved out of the way. That was interesting. Second serve into the backhand. It's a slice, a drop shot from Tsitsipas. That's really interesting. What an interesting choice of shot. What? We saw that, well, we see that from Ons Jabeur because she is a drop shot specialist, but Tsitsipas thinks, I'm going to hit a drop shot return on the second serve. What a bizarre decision. Zverev gets there, crunches the backhand, clips the baseline. Tsitsipas doesn't manage to get it back in court. And we've suddenly had like a really weird lull in this game. It's bizarre. What is going on? Big serve out wide from Zverev, and it's a very short forehand return. Zverev on the front foot. Oh, he goes into outward, the forehand approach, and the volley is such an easy one for Zverev, and he somehow goes wide with it. How the heck has he missed that volley? 30-15. The good thing for Zverev is that second serve was 153 kilometers, which is a lot higher than his average of 133. So good to see him accelerating through the ball there on the second serve. 30-15. Big serve out wide from Zverev. Very short return from Tsitsipas. And Zverev goes cross court with a forehand. Then goes volley. Cross court with a backhand. Tsitsipas actually reads it. He's so good at anticipating where Zverev's going to go. And he goes for the lob. Just goes long with it. 40-15. Somehow, Tsitsipas is just reading Zverev like a book. Just not quite able to execute those defensive points to a T. 40-15 here for Zverev. Big serve down the tee from the German. And the forehand return goes long from Tsitsipas. It is 2-all. A very good hold to 15 for the big German. And he marches on a set up here and still on serve. May says, I see Iga and Barty as Caroline Wozniacki, which is safe but not really that popular like Serena or Naomi. Fair enough. May says, not sure if you mentioned this, Sasha has never beaten the Greek on clay. Yeah, he hasn't. He's never beaten Tsitsipas on clay. Which is a damning stat, to be fair. Van says, I want Zverev to win just to see the matchup against Carlos. I think Zverev can beat him as he likes Madrid. Steph has a clear matchup issue with Carlos because of the one-handed backhand. Agreed. Huge serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. 15 love. Yeah, the into-out forehand of Alcaraz into the backhand of Tsitsipas is like a mismatch. King just says, hell yeah, Vanch. Whoop, what's up? Yeah, I agree. Nice to see a Zverev fan. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas on the backhand. Well, it was a good return, but it's gone in. So they are going to replay the point. First serve. Mason's exactly. Haven't watched the matches between Steph and Carlos, but the scoreline sounds pretty one-sided. Yeah, I mean, I mean, just not a particularly good matchup, I think, for him personally in terms of styles. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, forehand in the middle from Zverev, and then takes it on the half volley. Tsitsipas really impressively directing that ball down the line with the forehand. Zverev goes, something happened, and then he just goes backhand into the line, into the net, even. Bizarre. There's a lot of gesturing from both players in this match so far. 30 love. Big serve out wide. It's definitely been a pretty impressive serving masterclass from both as well, for the most part. Of course, just a single break so far. But Tsitsipas overall has served well apart from that. Good second serve down the middle of the box. Zverev with a very good backhand return. And Tsitsipas looks at the footing, at his own footing, as he goes forehand into the net. Vanishes, by the way, Fazan, you think if Novak had this match with Andy, that would have given him the extra percentage points to beat Carlos today. He was so close, not even still at his best. Yeah, I don't think he was at 100% Novak. He was pretty close to it, though, Vanches, and pretty close to kind of top form the way he played. I thought he played pretty damn well. Good second serve out wide from Tsitsipas, then goes into out. Zverev goes backhand cross as Tsitsipas. Zverev tries to go up the line, but goes down the middle instead. Backhand to backhand here still. Zverev then goes into out, huge into out, and Tsitsipas slices into the net. This is a huge opportunity for Zverev. It's 30 all. Can he open up a break point here at 2 all? Yeah, the Novak thing is interesting. I agree with you. He hasn't played a lot of matches, so he's not at his optimum for sure, but he was not that far off, I don't think, today. I thought he played really well, and it was a matter of a couple of points. I mean, he lost the final set tiebreaker 7-5, so yeah, it really was a point here or there, and it could have been different. He was love 30 on the Alcaraz serve at 5-4, I think. Could have broken there. It's difficult to say. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, then down the middle from the Greek player, then goes into win on the back foot here. Zverev, Tsitsipas stepping in. Zverev then goes down the line with a forehand, cross-court backhand from the Greek player. Zverev says, "What am I doing?" as he just manages to drag that backhand into the net, trying to go cross-court. Very, very disappointing for him. You can see it on his face. He's not happy because he's thinking, that is my shot, the backhand. That is my solid shot that barely breaks down. How have I missed that? So 40-30 and game point here for Tsitsipas after it looked like he could be in a bit of trouble. Goes down the tees, just missed the first serve, so a second serve here to have a look at. There you go, big second serve into the backhand of Zverev, then goes into out. Zverev backhand to backhand here. Very good depth from Tsitsipas on the backhand. Zverev crunching the backhand. What a backhand on the line from Tsitsipas. He's still in the rally though, his Zverev. Comes to the net, does Tsitsipas. It's a lob opportunity. Oh, he lobs well wide. It's 3-2 to the Greek player. Really, really impressive and good composure. May says, does anyone think Carlos is like Zverev looking at the Wikipedia site, as he didn't seem to do well in any of the best of 5 till the US Open 2021 quarterfinal, or too young to tell? Even the Australian Open 2022, he only made to round 3. I think he's too young to tell. He's only 19, so Zverev, Zverev, if I'm not mistaken, hadn't gone deep in any Grand Slams at that age as well. I think the rest of the year now is how we judge him. I think if he manages to do well, if he even makes one run at a Grand Slam this year, I think it's seen as, okay, this is it. He's starting to track towards, some big things. I think winning some Masters titles, I think, is the first step, but now making runs at Grand Slams is definitely that next step for sure. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, also against Berrettini, he lost, right? And 10-5 in that final set tiebreak. I mean, it was a close one, to say the least. Matthew says Zverev really didn't seize the opportunity in that return game. He really didn't. He had a big opportunity there, and the backhand failed him on that 30-all point. And then you just feel like he was thinking, okay, chance gone, and didn't really fight to kind of gain back any sort of momentum in that return game. Guys, 81 likes. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you to those who have already liked the video. If you haven't already liked the video, do hit that like button, please. It really does help out. It's the big thumbs up button and doesn't cost you anything, I promise you. And also do subscribe if you're new. On top of that, you can support the channel by, sending a super chat or also paying via PayPal with the link to the description of the video and also pinned to the live chat. It all goes towards GTL. A couple of forehand lobs from both, backhand to backhand, and then Tsitsipas goes down the line with the backhand. He shanked that a little bit, didn't really hit it as well as he would have liked. Goes in to win. Zverev somehow staying in this rally. This is great defensive work from the German. Then goes down the line with the backhand. What a backhand. Then goes drive volley with a forehand. What a point from the German. What a point from both. I cannot believe some of the tennis we've just seen there. The backhand up the line from Zverev, I mean, is a winner against pretty much anyone. And somehow Tsitsipas managed to get to that, stay in the rally. And Zverev, though, made no mistake with that drive forehand volley, put it away with ease, really impressively as well. He does hit those drive volleys well for the most part, Zverev. Matthew says, Fazan Alcaraz is second favourite for Roland Garros. Is that misplaced? I think so at the moment, yeah. I think you have to put Nadal at first, Djokovic just behind him, and then kind of the rest, whatever you want. Alcaraz behind that, that's fine. And then maybe Zverev and Tsitsipas behind him. The problem is he hasn't, Zverev and especially Tsitsipas has made a final of Roland Garros last year. You can't just discard that. Slice from Tsitsipas, volley from Zverev, and what a pass from the Greek. Goes cross-court with a forehand. What a passing shot. I mean, the angle he's found there is sublime. He's clipped the line there. He's painted the line there going cross-court. And Zverev doesn't do well enough with a forehand volley. It's just not good enough, really, from the German. I think he's going to drop volley, or if he's going to hit that volley into the corner, needs to really drive through it. King just says 100% agreed for Nadal and Djokovic will probably win Roland Garros. I mean, I don't know. Look, he might win it, but I just think in terms of if we were looking at it from a favorite standpoint, I think we've got to go Nadal, then Djokovic, and then personally for me. And then I think at the moment you still need to keep. I would keep Tsitsipas and Alcaraz on the same level, and then I think after that you got your Zverev, then probably like a Berrettini. After that, a Casper Ruud. Second serve from Zverev. Tsitsipas going down the middle with a forehand and then drags the forehand wide. He looks at the surface saying, what's going on? It's all uneven. Bizarre. If he's not happy with it, why doesn't he say to the umpire, can we even out or something? I'm not sure. Macy says, Wimbledon definitely banning the Russian, Belarusian players. Unfortunately, yes. I say it's Djokovic, Nadal, Carlos, then Greek Z. So Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas and then Zverev, yeah? Huge from Zverev into win. Then goes backhand on the line. Tsitsipas on the back foot here. Then goes backhand cross. The backhand is firing from Zverev. He's really hitting through the ball. He's definitely hitting through the court, Zverev. And that's what we like to see. That's when he's at his best. 40-15 and 2 game points. So I agree with you. Apart from the Djokovic, Nadal, I would go Nadal, Djokovic, but I mean, Nick, I can see that. Oh, first serve goes long, so second serve here. Will he double fault? May says Nadal if he was 100%, but he isn't. But I think he'll be 100% for Roland Garros then, May. Second serve down in the box, cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas, then goes cross-court with a backhand. Zverev crunching these backhands here. Then goes forehand cross. Tsitsipas going side to side. He's on the run here. Huge backhand cross from Zverev. It's a smash opportunity, is it? No, it's not. Tsitsipas has just gone long with the backhand. It's 3-all. We're still on serve. And Zverev, you just feel like he's playing the slightly better tennis right now. And he's really making Tsitsipas move here. And it'd be interesting to see the distance covered because I would imagine Tsitsipas is doing a lot more running right now. Boomer says, I'd say Rafa, Nole, Sasha, Carlos, Tsitsipas. Fair enough. The years he didn't win, he was not 100%. That's very true. King just says, come on, Zverev. At the moment, it's looking pretty good for him. Tsitsipas needs to stop the momentum here, but still on serve, so he's still in touching distance. Winning this match. Needs to get it done this set, though, to take it to a decider. Second serve here for Zverev to have a look at. Second serve goes into the backhand down the middle from the German. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas. Really good forehand from Zverev. Then goes forehand again. Tsitsipas on the stretch. Zverev steps in, goes backhand on the line, and the forehand from Tsitsipas goes wide. So it is love 15 here. A good start from Zverev, and Tsitsipas kicking the surface in disgust. I don't know if he's not happy with the surface, but if he's not, he needs to say something rather than just moaning about it. I mean, it's a bit silly to say. May says, I do like Zverev, but he can't beat Carlos and Steph. He crumbles in 5 sets. Matthew says, is Medvedev entering Roland Garros cold without any leader? No, I think he's playing a tournament, but it's not a big tournament. It's like a 250. I've forgotten what it's called. But yeah, he's playing, I think he's playing Prague, if I'm not mistaken. Second serve goes out wide. Zverev goes backhand cross into out. Goes Tsitsipas, clips the baseline with it as well. Great depth. And Zverev can only go wide with the backhand. I'm pretty sure he's playing Prague or, is it Prague? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, he's playing Geneva. That's it. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, that's what he's playing. Mason says, I thought he was skipping because of his surgery issue. Nope. I think he did the procedure. Yeah. No. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, and the Zverev return goes into the net. He'll be disappointed. He goes into his backhand, and his backhand return is very, very solid normally. Matthew says Stefanos is off his game. Rublev match perhaps having an effect. Yeah, that was a war. Rublev, I was actually really impressed with how he played in that match as well. Great watch, I thought that was yesterday. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. Flicks that forehand, returns Zverev, and Tsitsipas tries to take it early, that forehand cross, and goes into the net 30 all. Doesn't look, although I was going to say he doesn't look super confident and happy, but he never really looks that way anyway. He always looks very measured and kind of thoughtful like he is at the moment. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Oh, and the return from Zverev just goes long. It's the forehand return cross court. I can't believe it, Alexander Zverev. Makes it so maybe he can point to it as to why he lost. Yeah. Abuma says Zverev using the Medvedev return strategy, standing very far back. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's the Medvedev and Nadal strategy, isn't it? Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Zverev goes cross court with the backhand, then goes forehand cross. Tsitsipas with a very good forehand into the forehand of Zverev, and Zverev just kind of scrapes his racket on the surface on the orange clay in frustration to say that was a missed opportunity. 4-3 here. Tsitsipas nudges in front. We're starting to come into the business end here. May says, please, Zverev, win this set so I can work. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, but we're into the business end for sure. On top of that, I think Tsitsipas deserves a button for that. Guys, well, if you haven't done so already, please you hit that like button. You can see 83 likes, but like 150, 160 of you in the chat. Come on, guys. 100 likes is the target for at least the end of this set. Come on, guys. Hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Sam says, wait, how many double faults has Zverev had? He's had 2. That's what I'm saying. The stats here, I'm not really putting through correctly, if I'm not mistaken. I've got them up here, though, so I can tell you it is confirmed. 2 double faults, 2 aces as well, though, for Zverev. Serve rating for Zverev at 315. And for Tsitsipas, 289. 80% of first serves made from Zverev, 85% of first serve points won, 82% of first serve points won for Tsitsipas, but only 60% of first serves in. So 3-4 down here, Zverev, and serving to keep it at level pegging and keep it on serve. King of Just says, come on, Zverev gets 4-4. Yeah, 0-2. That's an improvement from previous matches. Agreed. I mean, he hit 8 double faults in just one set against Felix last round. Second serve here. Oh, that's a big double. And he kind of just tries to hit the air in frustration to say, oh, that was something distracting me. That was, I'm not joking, that's into the middle of the net, that second serve. That's now his third double fault. And Sam, you've cursed Zverev. Now, I'm only joking, but God, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Second serve this time goes down the middle of the box. Zverev goes into him with the forehand. It's a lob opportunity. Oh, it's a very deep ball from Tsitsipas. Zverev tentatively puts the forehand into out, then goes into out again with the forehand. Not much on these ground strokes though from Zverev. Goes backhand cross. Backhand from Tsitsipas cross court. Zverev says, okay, I've had enough. It's time for me to go for the winner. Tries to go down the line and goes long. So love 30. This is Tsitsipas' chance. Can he break at exactly the same point that Zverev broke him in this second set? Victor says Stefanos will need this game to have a chance. Agreed. May says, see you, Fazan. Jinxing him. It wasn't me. Oh my God, says Sam. Yeah, exactly. Big serve out wide from Zverev. Fan says 0 double faults on Zverev so far. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. No, he's hit 3. I listened to the stats up there, and I think everywhere apart from the ATP site have some weird stats going. I don't know what's going on with the stats. Even today, the Djokovic Alcaraz serve stats were wrong. 96 and 97% for first serves in was incorrect. Oh, huge point from Zverev. Drags Tsitsipas out with a forehand and then comes forward, puts away the backhand drive volley. King just says Zverev deserves a Grand Slam, maybe the US Open, maybe Wimbledon. I don't know. Wimbledon, I think we'll see. I don't know if he's quite got the type of game for Wimbledon. Been saying that if he serves well, he's got a chance at any tournament. Victor says Zverev is already very successful. Monaco life, true. Yeah, true. Both of these guys are very successful, to be fair. But yeah, they've got to. You feel like they have to win at least Grand Slam, at least one Grand Slam before they retire. Surely. Long way to go before they retire as well. But I mean, I'd predict that they both win around 3 each. But we'll see. Backhand cross from Zverev into out goes Tsitsipas. Then goes backhand cross again. Zverev tries to go up the line and he goes wide into the tram lines. It is 15-40 and 2 breakpoint opportunities for Alexander Zverev. May says, are you from London, Fazan? I am. I can understand you completely, which is rare of outside London Brits. Yeah, I'm from London. And yeah, I'm glad you can understand me. Vanish says, by the way, have you met JG and Ben in person? No, I haven't yet. But I'm pretty sure we will at some point. 15-40. Zverev goes down the tee, but goes wide with the first serve. This is it. Second serve. Surely he doesn't double fault. Break points down, does he? Well, I've seen it in the past. No, gets it in. Goes down the tee with the second serve into the backhand. Wins the rally here. Backhand to backhand. Zverev trying to access the Stefanos Tsitsipas backhand. He's trying to get him to break down on it. It's a very tentative point from Zverev. Very short on the forehand down the line as well. Then backhand cross. He's just trying not to make a mistake. Goes down the line with the backhand. This time it does fire. It does work. It hasn't been as good as it has been normally in the past. But what a backhand from Alexander Zverev this time. Goes down the line. That was a beautiful backhand from Alexander Zverev. Mason, I think Sasha just needs to get over the hump of the first win, maybe. I think once he wins, he might win a couple like Andy. Maybe. 30-40. Big serve from Zverev. Just goes long, though. It will have to be another second serve to save yet another break point here. (30-40) second serve. Oh, he's double faulted. There we go. And he kind of punches his racket in disgust. Oh, Alexander Zverev What are you doing? You're your own worst enemy. 2 double faults and he gets broken. That is really poor. Oh, dude, it's so well this whole match, and then he just ruins it with one service game, and that's it. Tsitsipas is now serving for the set. May says Andy had a bad win percentage too, but that's because the majority of his finals were against Federer and Djokovic, and I actually don't think he had any Grand Slam finals against Nadal. He lost a lot of semi-finals to Nadal, but because of seedings, he just never faced him in the final, I don't think. Big serve from Tsitsipas and then volleys. And Zverev still in the rally, tries to go for the lob and goes long. 15 love here. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, someone please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but Murray never played Nadal in a Grand Slam final, I'm pretty sure. Let me know if I'm completely lost the plot. But yeah, he lost to Djokovic and Federer in finals, of course. And then, yeah. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. And that's a miss hit from Zverev. 30 love. And he played Djokovic and Federer in their primes as well. That was the issue. Like I said, Tsitsipas was doing the old goalkeeper trick of moving around a lot to put off the kicker. Yeah. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. And Zverev goes with great depth with that return. And Tsitsipas goes backhand into the net. That's really impressive. 30-15. Vanch says, I jinxed it. Oh dear. The power of GTL. You commented too much about Zverev and no double faults and then this. No, I didn't. I said, to be fair, that he did hit 2 double faults. So I jinxed it when our road predictions for the WTA and ATP road predictions tonight. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask Ben and JG. Yeah, I just helped them out with commentating. Huge forehand cross from Zverev, but then goes backhand into the net. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I've already done my ATP draw preview. Yeah, on my channel, but the WTA one I haven't done yet. I have to do that still. That's correct for his answers, Vanch. Neil says Zverev has blips in his mentality. True. This is 2 set points here for Tsitsipas to take us into decider. Big serve, hits the back of the baseline, or the service box, sorry, even backhand to backhand. Zverev goes into him with the forehand. Cross court from Tsitsipas. Up the line goes Zverev with the forehand. Then backhand from Zverev cross court. Tsitsipas goes up the line. What a backhand. Zverev clips the... Oh, he clips the net cord, but it stays on his side. Oh, dearie me. Very, very impressive. And he takes the second set. Tsitsipas, we're going into a decider. Very, very impressive. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, it's not a surprise we're going into decider. I did say Tsitsipas in 3. Looks like we're going to track towards, well, decider depends who it is. Anyway, winning side unforced errors, a pretty poor set, if I'm being honest, from both. A lot of unforced errors. 8 from Tsitsipas, 3 winners for him, 8 unforced errors, 4 winners for Zverev, 10 unforced errors. So not great from both. First serves in really poor from both as well. 58% for Tsitsipas, 45% for Zverev. But first serve points 1, 87% for Tsitsipas, 80% for Zverev. Behind the second serve, 64% to 50% in favor of Tsitsipas. So an interesting one. Right, I want to get predictions as well from you guys for the deciding set. We'll get on that in a second. May says, how you and JG and Ben and all the other podcasters must be careful of what you discuss. Well, maybe. Matthew says that was typical of Zverev. His chances to step on in and out, well, step on and out of sorts Tsitsipas and kill this match. And instead he waits to the business end of the set, throws in one of his shocker service games. Classic. Pard says, I will check this out. Never knew you had done GTL. Also, I've seen the channel. Yeah, so I help out GTL with commentary. I really appreciate them having me on. And yeah, of course, yeah, I got my own channel as well. which I'm pretty sure, Paul, I've seen you in the comment section, if I'm not mistaken. No, in fact, you're a subscriber. You definitely are. But yeah, thanks for your support here and obviously on there as well. May says, I see the Greek winning this. Sam says, if Steph wins Madrid, does he overtake Nadal at fourth? I hope not. Not sure. It's a really good question. Does anyone know? Neil says, Zverev blips like this. He's a bit like an atomic clock. It's true. It's true. Right. Predictions before we start here. They're about to serve. Hold on. Quickly. Predictions. Get your predictions in. And Zverev will start us off here for the first time in this match and goes wide with the serve. It's a good first serve, but then makes a mistake on the forehand going into out Zverev. So love 15, not the start he would have wanted on serve. Needs to be careful. Then let me know your predictions for the set, by the way. Huge serve from Zverev. He needs more of that. More 3 points, please. Huge serve out wide from Alexander Zverev. Really, really impressive. It is love 15. Oh, sorry, 15 all even. What am I talking about? 15 all. Big serve out wide from Zverev again. It's a looped return from Tsitsipas, but into the corner, going down the line with the forehand, and then hits the backhand into the tram lines. Would have got away with that if he had made it, because did hit it trying to go up the line. He almost looks a bit cramped sometimes with the backhand trying to go up the line. Come on, Zverev, says King Adjust. Victor says, okay, unexpected twist, 3 sets. True. Big serve down the tee from Zverev. Great return from Tsitsipas into out. And then we're into the rally here. Backhand to backhand. Zverev drives the backhand cross court. Great depth. Then goes into out. He's really hammering away at Tsitsipas's backhand. Then goes into out again. Comes forward to the net. It's a lob. Zverev smashes down the overhead with conviction. 40-15. Really good to see from both. Well, we've got 7-5 Zverev, 6-3 Steph, 6-3 Zverev. Okay. 6-3 Steph, 6-3 Steph, 7-5 Zverev, 7-5 Sasha. So Zverev. Okay, so I think the general consensus is 6-3 Stefanos, but we'll see. Like it says, Fazani watching Canelo Bivol? Oh, no, mate. I think, I'm not sure I will be able to stay up for that. To be fair, I'll have to watch the rerun, as Americans say, in the morning. Tsitsipas goes long with the backhand return, so it is 40-30 here. Yeah, he'll be hoping for a first serve. He will not want to hit a second serve Zverev in this game. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to have to, though. On game point, here we go. Vanches can't trust Zverev's nerves right now. Steph 6-3. Well, now Stefanos has nothing to lose, says Victor. Not sure about that. One apiece. Oh, good second serve into the backhand corner, backhand cross from Zverev, and the forehand from Tsitsipas goes long. That was a missed opportunity. He was in that game, Tsitsipas, but he does concede the return game. So Zverev nudges in front for the first time in a set to start off anyway. Good to see. Holding his nerve in the end. Neil says, I think Steph 6-3 with a tantrum apiece. I can definitely see that happening as well. I really, really can. Do we get a tie break? That's the thing, right? Do we get a tie? Jamie says, is Zverev really second best player in the world? No. Why? Who said he was? Who said he was? Big serve out wide from Zverev. Tsitsipas goes down the line with a forehand backhand cross from Zverev, then goes backhand again. Back forehand to forehand here. So remember, Jamie, he's second seed, but he's not second in the world. He's ranked, I think, number 3. He was only on number 4 because it's Medvedev number 2, Djokovic number 1. If I'm not mistaken. Great pass from Zverev there. So it goes down the line with the forehand. It's a drop shot from Tsitsipas. It's not a very good one. And Zverev goes, okay, well, I'm going to pass you with ease because you didn't do well enough with the drop shot. Sorry. I says, hello, what have I missed? Well, you missed 2 sets. Vange says he means by the seeding, lol. Fair enough. Oh, into out goes Tsitsipas into the tram lines. It is 15-30. See, Jamie can be a boy or girl's name, so I have no idea. Yeah, but Vance has just gone ahead and said he means by the seeding. Fair enough. Everything says Vance, exactly. Love 30. This is a big opportunity here for Zverev. Big setup. Oh, what an ace. It's an ace. It's definitely an ace. 100% he's clipped the line there. Tsitsipas. They're going to have a look at it. Yep, it is. 15-30. Very good from Tsitsipas. No, is it? No, it wasn't. Oh, hold on. Okay. Now it's 15-30 as Zverev goes long with the forehand. So they replayed the point, I think. James says, my mistake. Completely forgot Medi because he hates the clay. Didn't even notice he's missing. Yeah. Yeah. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Then goes into him with a forehand. Zverev goes with a forehand down the middle. Then goes cross court with a forehand. Great forehand from Tsitsipas, whipping it down the line. Great angle found on the backhand from Zverev cross court. Then goes into it. He's on the front foot here, the German. But Tsitsipas is pegging him back, something sticking in the rally. It's a short ball, though. Zverev goes down the line with the backhand. It's a volley. Is it a good enough volley? Tsitsipas slides. Oh, and he just hits the backhand dink long. Oh, it's 15-40. It's two break opportunities. What a point as well that just was. Really good from both. And in the end, Zverev was playing the better tennis, but Tsitsipas almost managed to somehow steal that point there. If he'd managed to lunge there and just dink that down the line, it would have been a great defensive point from the Greek. Doesn't manage to do it. Mace's med is out. I think he's number 3. No, he's still number 2, I think, because he didn't have any points. Well, not many points anyway, if I'm not mistaken, to defend. Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas, and it's a drive forehand from the Greek, and it's a very, very good drive forehand as well. Puts it away with ease. 30-41, breakpoint opportunity saved. James says, what are your earliest tennis memory? What's your earliest tennis memory, Fazan? That's a good point, I think. 30-40. Big serve from Tsitsipas into the net, though, with that first serve. It actually was Pat Rafter versus down the middle. Then goes huge with a forehand cross. Does Tsitsipas. Then again, forehand into out. Goes into in this time. Tsitsipas. This is huge hitting from the Greek. Somehow Zverev's in the rally, though. Defensive slice on the forehand. Goes backhand cross. Tsitsipas makes the mistake. He does get the break. What a defensive point from the German. Tsitsipas was going hammer and tongs with a forehand. Somehow Zverev stayed in the rally. It was a forehand slice. He clips the baseline with it, and it gets him back to neutral. And Tsitsipas goes for way too much with the forehand into win after Zverev goes cross court with the backhand, and he makes the mistake. It is the early break here for Zverev in this third set. What a moment in this match. Zverev goes fist bump to his box. They look very, very happy. Can he consolidate it is the big thing. I mean, go to love here. Big serve out wide from Zverev. It goes long. Yeah, my earliest memory is, if I'm not, Pat Rafter versus Ivanisevic, which would have been 1990 something. And yeah, Ivanisevic winning his first Wimbledon title. Oh, Zverev with a huge forehand cross. That is absolutely massive. And when his forehand starts firing like that, you know he's in good form, Zverev. He would have taken a lot of confidence from that breaker serve, and I think we might see some of his best tennis in the next couple of games. Might have jinxed him, but who knows? And I think Tsitsipas will step up as well, though, here. Oh, big serve down the tee from Zverev. And yeah, the shank from Tsitsipas doesn't make the return to 30 love. Vance says Med can still get to number 1 at Rome, depending on Novak's results. Yeah, because obviously Novak made the final there. So if he goes out like first round, I think he could probably Make number one again. Sam says, "Oh Lord, I need Rafa defending his points in Rome." Jamie says, "For me, what really sticks in my head is Rafa in green 08 French Open." Wow, great memory. Agatha says, "Goes Zverev." Sam says, "I'm actually worried for Rafa this year. That injury really ruined his momentum." To Jamie, not sure. It did ruin his momentum for sure, but should we worry too much? I think we'll be okay. I'm a Rafa fan as well, but yeah, big drive backhand from Tsitsipas goes long. So it is 40 love. This could be a hole to love, a consolidation to love. Yeah, my favorite player is Nadal. Yeah, supported him since I was very, very young, actually. Basically supported him as soon as he kind of broke onto the scene. And then he made his first Wimbledon final, lost in straight sets to Federer, and I thought, you're my man. Forehand down the line, slice from Tsitsipas, then goes down the line with the backhand, slice again from Tsitsipas, this time on the forehand. It's a drop shot from Zverev. Tsitsipas does get there, tries to lob him. Zverev puts away the overhead with ease. It is a game to love, and I'm pretty sure that is only the second game to love this whole match. I think that warrants a Zverev button as well. He has consolidated the break. He's 3-love up here. Can he take it? Can he win for the first time against Tsitsipas on clay? I have to say, if he does, it will be an impressive performance. Surely he can't capitulate from here. I don't know. He could bottle it though. Do not expect anything other than a bit of drama and twists and turns before the end of this match. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's have a look. No one likes Zverev, says the happy one. No, I think that's true. Me Too says May about Nadal. Jamie says Zverev is the black sheep of the tennis world. Really? What's so wrong about him? When Zverev gets asked who's the least liked player on the ATP tour, he says, "Got to put myself in there." No, I'm just joking. You know, there's that skit where they always ask Zverev, like on the ATP channel, like, who's got the best backhand? He's like, Novak, whatever, Wawrinka or someone, and then he goes, "Got to put myself in there as well," right? And he kind of says that for a lot of the questions. It's so funny. I absolutely love it. Alex says, "I've watched the match between Rafter and Ivanisevic. The commentator towards the end was saying, 'Apologies, viewers, but you're just watching Goran versus Goran here, because Goran would ace and then double fault.'" Sam says, "Me too, Fazan. When he was 9, 06 lol, when he lost to Fed. So in 06, I would have been 16 years ago, 11. I would have been 11 or 12. So I like Nadal for different reasons. My mum loves Federer. Yeah. Into out goes Tsitsipas, backhand cross from Zverev. Huge into-in forehand from Tsitsipas. That is absolutely massive. That's much better from the Greek player. He'll need more of that. 15 love. Yeah, I think all mums love Federer. My mum loves Federer as well, I think. It's just a generational thing, maybe. Type one says, May, you mean you don't like Zverev too? Michael says, I became an official Nadal fan after Wimbledon final 2007. Yeah, I became a fan of his after Wimbledon 2006. But yeah, I can see why. Kendra says, come on, Zverev. Oh, here we go. So someone said it was that both players would have a tantrum apiece. So this is Tsitsipas now. Oh, he's got a coaching violation. Uh-oh. He said, my opponent in Barcelona did the same thing and they didn't get anything. He said, you have to be fair and give violations to all players, which is understandable. The violation, like, to be consistent, I get that. But also, he's been getting coached a little bit, hasn't he? Let's be honest. Backhand cross from Tsitsipas, huge backhand from Zverev down the line. Tsitsipas still on the rally somehow. Zverev passes him. Does he? No, he doesn't. He misses the passing shot, goes into the net. That was a really good defense from Tsitsipas on the back foot throughout. but did well to then come forward to the net, close up the space, and Zverev, just with a finishing touch, not able to put down the hammer blow there. 30 love. Big set on tee from Steph and TSITSIPAS. Forehand on the line, backhand up the line from the Greek player, then comes the volley. It's not a very good volley. Surely Zverev passes him. Yes, he does. Tsitsipas almost managed to just hit a little backhand drop volley over the net there, but just dribbled onto his side. 30-15. May says, I like Zverev over Steph. First meeting between Alcaraz and Zverev. Interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting, actually. Yeah. The happy one says, Walker, why did Nadal become your favorite after Wimby 2007? I was a Federer fan from 2003 to 2007. I feel like Michael Walker is a glory hunter. No, I'm just joking. Good serve outright from Tsitsipas. And it's a short ball for him to put away as he goes into him with a forehand. That's really, really impressive from Stefanos Tsitsipas. He says, Steph is the least liked. I don't like cheaters and whiners. Oh, what is going on? There's a lot of hate going on in the chat here. Game is over, says Robert. It's not over till it's over. 2 game points here for Stefanos Tsitsipas. To keep it just a singular break. All he needs is to get one break back, and that's it. We're in interesting territory. Second serve into the backhand down the middle from Zverev. Forehand up the line from Tsitsipas, and the backhand from Zverev goes long. So it is going to be an opportunity here for Tsitsipas to potentially break back on the Zverev serve. He'll know that he gets a bit tight, does Zverev as well. So he needs to take his opportunities on return here. The happy one says, King of Just still salty after Novak lost today. Really? Michael says, because I was a Nadal Federer fan, after Nadal got injured in the fourth set, I became Nadal. Fair enough. My mum and I are Djokovic fans. My sister is a Rafa fan. My dad loves Fed's technique. Big 3 batter in our house. Very good. Zverev deserves a tournament win. Fair enough. Big serve down the tee from Zverev. Huge serve. And the backhand return from Tsitsipas goes into the tram lines. Matthew says, Zverev has played well, but Steph has been a level below his best. Late night scheduling has given this match a COVID-era feel, i.e. not many people in a flat atmosphere. Yeah, he hasn't played his best for sure. I agree. Big serve down the tee from Zverev, then goes into win. What? Oh my God, that is huge from Zverev. It's a huge serve out wide, and the into-win forehand is a rocket. They've actually called it out, so he's challenged that. I thought that was in. Oh, he's just missed it. Oh, man. He crunched it. He hit it really nicely. I'll be a little bit disappointed, but it's 15-all. Not the end of the world. Big serve out wide from Zverev. Then goes down the line with the backhand, and Stefanos Tsitsipas with the forehand goes into the net and says, what am I doing? How have I hit it into the net? I don't know. How have you? How have you hit into the net? What's going on? 30-15. Says, I started being a Nadal fan around 2008 when he won the first Wimbledon. I was like, wow, French and Wimbledon. Yeah, and then he won the Olympic medal as well. If not for that injury, Nadal was on his way to winning that match in 2007. He's talking about. Vanch says, I like Fed too, but Novak's gained my respect more. Fair enough. I love all the big 3, but yeah, everyone's got a favourite, I guess. Big second serve from Zverev. Oh, the slice return from Tsitsipas. Oh, it's a let. Okay, I was going to say that was a poor return. Just broke down and kind of hit it into the floor. Not a great return whatsoever. Anyway, second serve here. It's a big second serve. I like that. 166 kilometers per hour. That's over 100 miles per hour. Big forehand down the line. Then goes backhand down the line. He's coming to the net. Oh, that's much better from Zverev. Less conservative, very proactive. And when he's in front, you feel like he does start playing some really good tennis. The forehand on the line, fantastic. Backhand on the line, amazing. Love it. 100% of second serve points won in this third set. Amazing. Big serve from Zverev into the backhand of Tsitsipas, who shanks it wide. It is 4-1. Hit Zverev. He's still a break up. And Tsitsipas He's going to have to serve again to keep it just a singular break. But at the moment, Zverev looking dominant in this third set. Neil says Steph has looked a bit underpowered compared with Zverev tonight. True. Let's get that button up as well for the consolidation, of course. We have to, surely. Have to. Yeah, he has a little bit, Neil. It's funny because in the first set, I think really the first two sets, he kind of looked okay. Then towards, I think, well, the start of this third set, Zverev's definitely stepped up on the ground strokes and he started to hit through the ball more and through the court. It'll be interesting to see the stats on how hard he's been hitting the ball set by set. Hopefully they show that, because I would imagine that in this third set, he's definitely upped his level in terms of how much he's exerting on the ball there. Not necessarily topspin, although that would have increased kind of naturally as well, but more to do with how hard he's hitting through the ball kind of speed-wise. Sam says, really, I thought you told me you were a Fed fan. The happy one says, most heartbreaking moment as an Nadal fan is the Australian Open 2012 fifth set as 4-2, 30-15, backhand down the line miss. What a final that was. Marcus says, come on, Steph. Carlos has a better chance against you. May, I mean, I don't want to sound like the Rafa fan, typical broken record. Imagine if he was not injured. Oh, God. I'm getting political here. I like it. King just the happy one. You're salty when Nadal loses, right? Who do you think is going to win? Jaylene says, I think it's going to be Zverev from here. Sounds weird. Okay, fair enough. The whole him being so playing fast is okay. Sorry, everyone has their own rhythm. Yeah, I get that, I guess. Sam says, I don't see Zverev choking from here. Oh, it's not over till it's over. Oh, big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. Then goes cross court with a forehand. Forehand up the line from Zverev. Huge backhand cross from Tsitsipas. It's a short ball. He goes drop shot. It's a really good point from Tsitsipas. Really great point constructed there from the Greek player. Much, much better. He's going to change his racket. Michael says, I was such a Federer fan that I took my first long-distance tennis vacation to Shanghai to see Federer break McEnroe's record from 1984. Wow. I live in New York. Incredible. Mehdi is known for rushing. Everyone plays accordingly and they have a shot clock now, says May. True. Bubba says, I've been a Zverev fan since I really got into tennis. He plays like me. Big serve, nice backhand, solid forehand, likes the net. He's just 100,000 times better. Everyone says, if Rafa doesn't miss the backhand, I promise you he wins the Australian Open 2012. Who knows? An alternate timeline, maybe. King of Justice, I've been a Djokovic fan since I was super young. I always liked him over everyone else. Very good. Oh, here we go. Into out goes Tsitsipas. Then goes backhand again. Cross. Zverev goes into out. Oh, it's a shank. Oh, it's a massive shank. It really is. From Tsitsipas, it needs to cut those out. Really does. Sam says, Carlito will blitz Zverev off the court. Damn it. I don't know. Well, tomorrow will be a big challenge for Zverev, says Victor. Indeed. I'm such an Nadal fan. I went to Melbourne, Miami, Madrid, Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Tokyo, Cincinnati, London, O2, Roland Garros, Paris, Bercy, all in 2010 to see him play. That is ridiculous. Wow. Big second serve from Tsitsipas. That must have been amazing, though, to see him play. Forehand cross from Tsitsipas, then shanks the backhand long. Wow. 15-30, and those shanks are definitely hurting him here. A double break, and you just feel like it's over, right? 5-1, it would be over, surely. Michael must have spent a lot of money on Nadal that year, that's for sure. Cornelius says, what did I miss? What happened about Tsitsipas? What was it about? Like 5 minutes ago. And everyone was booing. We'll get into that in a second. So he basically got a code violation for coaching, which is obviously not allowed. It's not permitted. Big second serve into the backhand cross from Zverev. Good depth. Then goes forehand down the middle. Tsitsipas goes cross court. Zverev goes up the line with the backhand cross court from Tsitsipas. So Zverev on the stretch here. It's a drop shot from the Greek. And Zverev tries to dink it cross court. He got there as well. He did really well defensively, Zverev. I just didn't have the finishing touch. Did the hard work for sure there. Michael says, I was at that match in Australian Open 2012. Oh, God. Come on, I wasn't that bad. Yeah. Carlito is nice, says Robert. He's really good, yeah. Doesn't matter who wins this match as long as Alcaraz wins the Open. As in wins this tournament, you mean, Lise? If so, fair enough. Mason Fazan, did you see the new Marvel Doctor Strange movie? I haven't seen it yet, no. Big serve down the middle from down the tee even, from Tsitsipas. Backhand cross from Zverev. Great depth. Then goes up the line. Oh, he's crunching the ball here. Then goes forehand on the line. Comes to the net. And Tsitsipas can't pass him. He goes into the net with the backhand again. He's like pointing. He's kind of gesturing at something. Tsitsipas. I don't know what he's gesturing at. But it's a break point here. And a break point for a double break. And then you just feel like it's mission impossible for Tsitsipas from 5-1 down. Jeff says Zverev. Yeah. Victor says Djokovic's technique is almost perfect. I think Djokovic's technique is probably the easiest technique to teach someone, I think, for sure. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas, but just goes long in the end. So 30, 40 second serve here. Second serve down the tee. Big forehand into out from Zverev. Then goes backhand. Oh, wide. He can't believe it, Zverev. He's like, how did I make that mistake? That is absolutely crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. How has he missed that? How has he missed it? Big serve down the tee from Tsitsipas. Then goes down the line with the forehand. And it's a fantastic volley at the net from Stefanos Tsitsipas. That is great from the Greek player. Much, much better. He'll be happy with that. And he has a game point after saving that break point. Jamie says, I think it's stupid the time this match is on. I think it's stupid the time this match is on. Unfair on the players. Yeah, might be. Forehand in to win, then forehand cross. Forehand on the line from Tsitsipas, and the backhand from Zverev goes into the net. He'll be disappointed. A chance to go double break up, but he won't be too unhappy. He's a break up 4-2. We're in the business end here. Here we go. Yeah, we are at 4-2 here. Zverev again looking to consolidate the break and go within a game of the semi-final win here and going through to the final and getting his first clay court win over Stefanos Tsitsipas. Guys, 97 likes. We got to get to 100 ASAP. Make sure you like that video or like that video. You can like all of the videos from GTL, but especially like this video as well if you haven't done so already. Really does help us out a great deal, of course, with the algorithm and help the channel to grow. And do subscribe if you're new. It's 1 a.m. there, says May. It's midnight here. Exactly midnight. Michael says, are you 15? Sam says, I was turning 15 in 2010. Be crazy if Steph held and broke back and won. Yes, he has to break now, you feel, don't you? You really do feel it. Big serve down the tee from Zverev, then goes backhand cross. Tsitsipas goes down the middle of the backhand, into out. Very short from Zverev on the forehand. Goes backhand cross, backhand to backhand here. Up the line goes the German. Tsitsipas on the back foot. Somehow, though, hits a fantastic forehand slice into the corner. Backhand pass opportunity for Tsitsipas. Doesn't do well enough. Doesn't commit to the cross court or down the line. Ends up going straight at Zverev and puts away the volley with ease, the German. I'm impressed that Zverev has committed to coming to the net at times. Anything short, he's been good with the approach shots. Not all of them have been pinpoint for sure, but the intent's there and I like it. He should be doing that more. He's got the game for it. Shouldn't just be sitting on the back of the court and hoping to induce errors from his opponent and also trying to hit a bit more through the ball. He can't be pushing it back. He said it himself in the past. Big serve out wide. Very good return from Tsitsipas. Down the middle, great depth. Then goes into out. Zverev goes backhand cross, as does Tsitsipas. Backhand to backhand here. Tsitsipas goes down the line. Huge cross-court forehand from Tsitsipas. Slice cross-court from the Greek into out. Goes very, very tentative. Drop shot from Tsitsipas. The drop shot from Tsitsipas has been off today, and that's definitely made a big difference because he's either put some into the net or he hasn't really hit them well enough in terms of short enough into the court as he should have. And then either Zverev's got to them and passed him, or he's maybe got a bit fortunate and Zverev's got to it and then just dinked it in the net. Alex says, what's the one tennis rule that you change if you could? That's a really, really good chat. Really good question, sorry, even. Good chat question. Big serve out wide from Zverev. Goes down the middle, Tsitsipas to the return. And the forehand, though, from Tsitsipas goes into the net, trying to go cross court. I'm actually not sure. I have to think about that one. JG says, big up for Zahn. Big up, JG. How you doing? May says, I think the match is at 4 p.m., so that's that. Studying Nole has added 8 mph to my serve. Wow, that's really impressive. That's great to hear. Big serve on a tee from Zverev. Oh, he consolidates 5-2. He's one game away here from the Madrid final and his first win on clay against Stefanos Tsitsipas. It's been a really impressive performance. Zverev into the business end here, one game away from the match. Yeah, he's played really well here so far. So it's been a topsy-turvy match, as most encounters are between the two. Of course, a 5-set at Roland Garros as well last year. But so far, so good for Zverev, and he's one game away here. Sam says, hope you're enjoying your sleepover, JG. VIP in the chat, says Alex. Yeah, of course. Yep, for sure. Jamie says, will Thiem ever win the French now? I thought he was a certain to win it when Nadal was retired. Yeah, I think that's up in the air for sure now. Depends on how well he responds to, that wrist injury. Hasn't looked incredible, hasn't looked terrible. I'm really unsure about how it's going to go overall. We'll see. Yeah, and we've got to 100 likes, so thank you everyone who has liked the video. If you haven't done so, let's try and get as close to 200 likes as we can. So do like the video if you haven't done so already. Thank you to those who have already liked the video. Do subscribe if you're new as well. Do really appreciate it. Matthew says, if Zverev didn't have the mental lapses and had the killer instinct, that he'd have won this in 2 sets and straight sets. Agreed. May says, wow, did not realize Alcaraz has a 0-2 record against Zverev. It's 1 a.m. at Madrid, no? Yeah, 1 a.m. indeed. Big set on a tee from Tsitsipas. Cross court from Tsitsipas again. Clips the top of the net cord. Is very, very short. Tsitsipas puts it away into the corner very impressively. It is 15-love. It's been a very interesting match. Tsitsipas hasn't played anywhere near the type of tennis that we expect of him on the clay. Just quite a few unforced errors. So second serve here as well for Zverev to have a look at. Huge into in from Alexander Zverev. It's a massive return, and Tsitsipas can only hit the forehand into the net. I mean, he's been hitting the ball a lot harder in this third set, Zverev. He really has been. Yeah, Vanch says Djokovic does have a very simple, efficient serve technique. Agreed. He's definitely sharpened it up in the last few years, and he's made it more simple, more compact. Just generally, his game is. If I was to teach someone how to play tennis, which again I'm not a tennis coach, I would teach them. I would show them Djokovic because I just think it's the easiest technique to show and teach, and the most efficient way to play. I think, to be fair, doesn't. I obviously, I'm not saying it's the best way to play or has the most flair, but efficiency wise, I think it's definitely, for me anyway, I think it's in terms of his forehand technique, backhand technique, etc. Definitely up there. 15:30 here. Tsitsipas is making a meal of this service game. Needs to be careful, otherwise, of course, doesn't hold here, and it's game, set, and match. It's sayonara, baby. Tamis says, good reporting. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, thank you for tuning in. Isn't Sasha the defending champion here, says Michael? I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, he is. Second serve out wide from Tsitsipas is a big, big kick serve. And Zverev looks to his box to say, how I missed that return? As he just completely loops the backhand return out. He looks at the surface, so obviously a dodgy bounce is what he's saying. Not quite sure if that was the case. The JS says, I thought Stefanos was in good form. Damn. Yeah, so did I. Zverev is able to serve bot in these conditions, so it favors him. Big serve out wide from Tsitsipas. Then clips the net cord. Zverev gets there, though. Goes into out with a forehand. It's a smash opportunity. Puts it away. It is 30-40. And it's the first match point here. And it goes the way of Alexander Zverev. Can he convert on Stefanos Tsitsipas' serve?
Match point.
To be fair, though, if you talk about... I think if you talk about how Zverev obviously is a serve on these conditions, but so has Tsitsipas been as well, because he served really well in these conditions, and he's got a very good first serve, and even his second serve has been pretty good as well. I think generally he served really well in the tournament overall. But anyway, second serve here for Zverev to have a look at. Goes into the Zverev backhand, good cross from the German, then goes cross court with a forehand. Crunches the backhand down the line. Stefanos Tsitsipas cannot believe it. Alexander Zverev definitely can, though. Massive fist bump. He gets it done here. 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. It was a really impressive performance from Alexander Zverev. In the end, just way too strong for the Greek player. The defending champion marches on, and for him, he'll be extremely happy to get his first clay court win over Stefanos Tsitsipas, and at least try and claw back that head-to-head at 6-3 to now 6-4 in favor of Tsitsipas. But he'll be extremely happy. He'll be a massive underdog going into that match against Carlos Alcaraz in the bookies, I'd imagine, but he won't care. He's a defending champion. He's got a 2-0 record as well, head-to-head against Alcaraz. He'll be confident, and I think it's going to be a pretty cracking final tomorrow. And I think, in a way, if we're looking at it from a neutral point of view, Tsitsipas playing Alcaraz, considering how Alcaraz seems to have his number, I think Zverev Alcaraz is probably a better matchup stylistically, and I think it'll be a closer match no matter what happens. Whether you think Alcaraz or Zverev will win, I think it'll be a good one for sure. So very, very good from Zverev, and we'll hear what he has to say as well. Yeah, he's defending 1,000 points. May says, yes, according to Gil Gross, the Madrid with altitude favors servers, so Sasha won last year. Yeah, it's definitely a factor for sure. For sure. Robert says, no mistakes since now, Steph. Right, here we go. 16 winners from Tsitsipas, 28 unforced errors. Zverev, 22 winners, 24 unforced errors. So slightly more unforced errors to winners for Zverev. Overall, a pretty decent performance for sure in that aspect. But the biggest thing, I think, of course, was how well he served today and then backed it up. I was really impressed with the way he came to the net, which was great. And then on top of that, just defensively looked really good. First serves in 73% for Zverev, 83% of first serve points won, 56% behind the second serve, which is really impressive. Average speed on the forehand and backhand. He was actually out hitting Tsitsipas on the forehand and the backhand, Alexander Zverev. Now, that is not something you see often. Tsitsipas has got a very good forehand. Yes, he gives different looks on it, but speed-wise, you'd actually expect his forehand to hold up against Zverev. So that's an interesting stat there. The Jay says, I was looking forward to a Carlos and Stefanos final. Is Stefanos injured? I don't know. From what I can see, from what I know, he isn't, but who knows? Josep says, Gil Gross is the expert. Yeah, that's fair enough. He's definitely knows his stuff. Efox says Djokovic isn't taking risks like he used to. I think he's lost some of his confidence. Several opportunities to hit it down the line, far away from his opponent, and he prefers to hit it to his opponent. Fair enough. May says, I mean, he was listing the past winners of Madrid, and he had a point. Yeah. It says Tsitsipas' father will kill him for this. Fair enough. Guys, well, if you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. And do subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Just said, I wonder who will be stronger tomorrow. Either way, a great match to come. I really hope so. And if York says Sasha, clapping emoji. Lee says, Carlos, win. May says, can't believe the tennis gods are actually listening to me. Looking forward to the finals, says Robert. Is this what you wanted, says Michael? I think probably, for me, Zverev, I just think mentally he has more of a chance against Alcaraz and Tsitsipas personally. So, yeah, I think it will be good to see that tomorrow. I would have preferred Zverev Alcaraz than Tsitsipas Alcaraz as a neutral. But who knows? Tsitsipas maybe would have got revenge. I don't know. Macy says, if Nadal wasn't win, I didn't want Novak. Fair enough. Rafa didn't take those opportunities either yesterday. Joanne says, glad Novak is out. Oh, harsh. Alexander versus Carlos in caps final. I don't want Carlos winning this, says May. No, says Lise in caps. I like Sasha. Matthew says, finally 6:30 p.m. local time. Is that enough time to recover? I have absolutely no idea. It just depends on how well he's feeling physically. I guess he'll go and jump in the ice bath, Zverev, and then hope that he doesn't stiffen up. He'll go get massaged a lot. I think he'll be fine. Hosip says, just call me JP or Joe. No, I want to say your name properly, so let me know how to pronounce it, because I want to say it properly. If that's what you prefer to be called, then that's fine. But I want to say your name properly. I prefer Steph, said Robert. That's understandable. Great player as well. Novak isn't match tough yet. The J says, thank you in caps. You are welcome. Thanks, Fazan, says mate. You're welcome as well. Thank you, Robert. You're welcome. Harsh, as Sam. I'm with you tomorrow, mate. I have a bad feeling. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. It's past midnight here, so I'm going to call it a day. But as you can see, actually, no, hold on. Before we do that, they've actually updated the stats here. So fantastic. They've got the right ones. So let's have a quick look through them. Serve rating, look at that. 277 to 227. Love it. 4 aces for Zverev, 1 for Tsitsipas, 4 double faults, even for Zverev, which needs to cut those out if you can. But that's not too bad in 3 sets. 0, of course, for Tsitsipas. But look at a first serve percentage. 73% for Zverev, 56% for Tsitsipas. First serve points won, 83% for Zverev to 74% for Tsitsipas. And on second serve points the same. Break points saved. Only had to save, try to save 2, but in the end, saved that singular one. Tsitsipas had to save 5, only saved 2 in the end. That was a difference, but Zverev, for me, just played better overall, to be perfectly honest with you. Good night, everyone, and Fazan. Good night, Sam. So Jay says, the reason I prefer a Stefanos and Carlos final is because their previous meetings are very exciting. Sasha is a bit one-dimensional. That's true. They have been very exciting. I can't disagree with that. Very, very exciting to watch. But I think Zverev's got a 2-0 head-to-head against Alcaraz, so I think it might be a better, challenge for Alcaraz. And I think he's added some dimensions to his game, especially in this match. I mean, the fact that he came to volley a lot, I liked. And the fact that he was managing to go down the line more with the backhand and forehand, committing to it. I think when he's playing like that, he's definitely multi-dimensional, and then it's great to see him play that way because he's more expansive. I think the issue becomes when he starts to, try and be very conservative and kind of force errors out of your opponent. That's not the right way to play, personally. Hodip says, will Carlos rise in the rankings? I'm pretty sure he will. I think his live ranking is number 6. And Michael agreeing, says Carlos is going to 6. Yep. 4 double faults. That's not bad, though. Vanch, for a big server, 4 double faults in 3 sets. That's fine. You won't mind that. It's not amazing, but it's not bad either. It's fine. Good night, Sam, says May. 6 sets. Is that tennis rule? You changed my... Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. So Alex said about the rule change. I would say the rule change I want to change. I would say I love the winning by 2 clear games in the 5th set, and ideally what I would like is if a match somehow, and again, this is such a weird thing to say, I would like to keep that rule in all Grand Slams, but then if there was a longer match, what you would do is you would somehow schedule it so the player that's had that really long match, they'd kind of be able to have a day off, and their opponent would have a day off, and then they'd be fresh somehow. And it might the only bad thing about that and the weird thing about it would be that, I mean, how do you do that with a semi final, for example? Because then you can't push the final back. But in other ties, I guess you'd just end up having some weird schedule where you'd have, say, a round of 16 on the same day as like a quarterfinal or even a semi-final. So I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. May says if Carlos wins this and Rome, then he will be too tired. I stand by it. Fair enough. Serve clock, says Sam. Hilarious. And Bumba says 3 serves for me personally. That's an interesting one. But I feel like imagine if you have like so many lets though as well. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Yeah, I get the 3 serves. I guess that really protects the big servers, doesn't it? Like a Zverev, to be fair. Sam says, May Rafa needs to defend that title. Alex says, how about no sit-downs until the end of the sets? Oh, I don't know. I feel like sit-downs are important, though, because I feel like if they didn't have any sit-downs, they'd get knackered, man. I mean, they play a lot of tennis. Some of the games are just so long. They didn't have any sit-downs. I just feel like physically it's already so taxing on the body, but I mean, you'll definitely make it quicker. I think that actually, you know what, one rule I'd definitely change is, when it says not before, especially the first game of the day needs to start on time. Like if it says, like for example today, it was ridiculous. I mean, Alcaraz played Djokovic and there was no one beforehand, or the match had finished ages beforehand. They ended up starting at 3:30, like UK time. They were supposed to start at 3. Just get started on time. I understand the matches after that because you can't affect those, right? As in, it just depends on the matches beforehand. But that could have been played on time, and they kind of just longed it out. And I was like, why have you done this? So that's something I'd like to change. I think that could definitely be changed. May says, I'd rather Carlos too tired than Rafa winning it and him being tired. She just says, I have to agree, but Carlos keeps surprising everyone. Men playing best of 3 early in Slam, says Jose. Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't like it. I don't know. I just think the best of 5 is sacred to the Slams, and even early on, I think you got to really earn it. I think if you end up saying to people like, "Oh, it's fine," like you're just playing best of 3, then also it gives an advantage to a lot of the kind of so-called lower ranked players because they've got more of a lottery to beating the bigger players early on. But I think the whole beauty of best of 5 is that it really does kind of show and kind of highlight the quality of players shining through, for me anyway. Sam says no to best of 3 in Slam. Yikes. I mean, to be fair, Josep's saying early on in Slam, so I guess maybe the first week is what he's saying, and then the second week you'd revert to best of 5. But I think, I think personally best of 5 for all of it. But these are really interesting suggestions. Keep them coming. But yeah, I'm going to sign off anyway. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Do remember to hit that like button, please, if you haven't done so already. I really do appreciate it. Do subscribe if you're new, and if you want to support the channel. Before I sign off, you can obviously click the link attached to the live chat or pinned. You can contribute to PayPal, or you can also send a super chat as well. Thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Amazing. Unfortunately, like the designed hitter in baseball, it's going to be 3 sets. Cheers, says Jose. Cheers. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you on the next stream. I'm pretty sure that it probably won't be me, but I'm pretty sure JG and Ben will be doing the final tomorrow. So enjoy that, and we'll see you very, very soon.